Hello viewers, we are now live with Apollo Racing Club. After a 5-week hiatus, we're back with Tier 3 and F1 2021. I'm Smithy, joined today with Chipsy. How are you?
Hoping to have a good race tonight. We got 16 members, 16 drivers on the track today. Should be an interesting one. Hopefully, we don't have any issues like we did last night in Tier 2, but I'm praying that everything goes smoothly as it can tonight.
Yeah, so let's have a quick look at the standings. Tier 3 is actually really close with the top 5 about 10 points apart. The order is right now Bird Person, Silk, Only Retours, and Bacon Juice. But you're looking at all of that. 10 points is what? If one of them finishes third and one of them finishes first, that's the entire order switched around, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, and Abu Dhabi's a tough track, so who knows what's going to happen tonight.
Yeah, so let's look at our first drivers going through their outlaps. We have Bird Person trying to get away early.
Yeah, looks like he is. We have Talkoff out. Drake and Wolf, Hollers out. Be interesting to see what these guys have been doing in the last 5 weeks. I know guys like Only have been, put in the work, not just in Cody's F1, but also ACF1. So, be interesting to see who's on top of the leaderboard after qualifying.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi. I'll be honest, Abu Dhabi's not the favorite, not a fan favorite, but the frustration that you can build up as you drive around the track makes for some very good racing. If some people can't keep their cool and throw it into a wall.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point. The racing still tends to be pretty good around here. It's kind of like Russia a little bit, where I think in real life F1 it's a little boring, right? But
Yeah.
when you're racing it, it's pretty fun. So hopefully, you have some nice wheel-to-wheel racing tonight. Start up Tier 3 again and get some good racing going on. Looks like Hollers is about to start a lap here. I'm gonna be on board with him.
Haulers. Yes, let's look at Haulers as he goes through the final corner to start his first flying lap. Nothing too special, all leaning all the way to the right as he takes the first apex pretty well.
Yeah, really good to be flat through here the entire way.
Ooh, we have a yellow flag. Who is that? Let's go on board with Bird Person to see if we can find a yellow flag. No, it's probably just someone trying to get out of the way. Alright, let's go back to Haulers.
Yeah, took that pretty well. And this is the most technical part of the track. Well, I shouldn't say most technical part of the track, but this set of corners right here can make or break your lap.
Yeah, on...
A little wide there.
Little wide there on the... Oh
Yeah.
no, that's a mistake. And that's his lap ruined. Well, fortunately for him, he didn't get disqualified for that lap.
It did not invalidate it, yeah, absolutely. But he's going to lose a lot of time there, so let's head down to who's behind him. Turos. Who else is on the lap here? Only still in the pits, has not come out yet.
I'm on board with Bird Person right now, who may or may not get blocked by the Alpha Tauri, who refuses to get out of the way.
Yeah, tough one, right? Because Curbs looks like he's also on a hot lap here, so he does not have to yield.
Yeah.
As long as he keeps going here, he might give... Oh, he goes wide and gets out of the way. Kudos to him.
Yeah, all credit to him. Bird Person, this is probably going to be a banker for him. You can see him being pretty conservative with the curbs right now, but as he crosses the final corner and into the finish line, the time is 1:38.8, which puts him in P4.
Pretty competitive time so far. Toro's the first one to break the 1:37. You'll see that time come down lower and lower as we get on with this qualifying.
Yeah, curbs. No, the curbs time is ruined. These are probably not representative times. People are probably just doing banker laps right now. Let's see if we can find anyone on a hot lap. backpacks on a hot lap, probably. Into the final corner we go. Misses the apex a little bit, but still gets P3.
Still good enough for P3, yeah. I'm on board with Ultra here, who's finishing up his lap.
Ultra number
Ooh,
2.
misses.
Ooh, also misses the apex. Almost invalidates his lap, but gets him P1.
Oh, nice. Up 5/10 on Toros.
Yeah.
Bacon Juice finishing up his lap as well.
Bacon
Gets
Juice.
the apex there. That was very nice.
That's very good.
Only good enough for P5, though.
Yeah.
And Holler's looking on P... Oh, Holler's is on the mediums here.
That's definitely a banker lap. But
Yeah, he's just looking at...
you never know. Starting on the mediums might not be... Oh, okay. I was going to say starting on the mediums might not be the worst idea on Abu Dhabi, since it is a one-stop, and if you get lucky with the safety cars, it might be a good idea.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. I don't think he'll be starting on the mediums, though. I mean, he's putting a lot of laps on in the beginning. He's probably just fueled up, looking to get some time around the track, and then he'll set something on the softs later on.
Yeah, that's a good idea, as long as you don't accidentally get into someone's way, which then...
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Alright, let's see who... Is Skylar on a hot lap?
No, Skylar's coming in, yeah.
Is only Rihanna... Oh, he's on an out lap as well. Also,
he's on an out lap.
Mediums.
Oh, yeah, look at that. I know Van is in his corner, probably giving him all the wrong information like he usually does. So, no, I'm just kidding, obviously. Yeah, Van's very good at what he does. So, shout out to Van coaching these guys up. So, kudos to him. But yeah, I'm interested to see what lap he puts down on these mediums.
Yeah, it would be amazing to see some of these guys graduate to Tier 2 or even Tier 1.
Absolutely, and that's why we like the Tier 3 tier, is, you know, these guys are putting in the hours and trying to get better. So us as the mods, commentators, and things like that, we enjoy watching these guys. I know it sounds corny, but watching these guys grow.
Tier 3 is very enthusiastic this season, and it has been a joy to watch, even as an outsider.
Alright, only getting ready to start his lap with... Oh no, never mind.
Yep, Only's just gonna start his lap. He's just making sure not to heat up the tires, which is very easy to do on Sector 3 with all the 90-degree corners. Alright, let's follow him through a lap. Oh! Does that... Okay.
No, I think he'll be okay.
Let's find out as he crosses the line, and
yeah,
he is fine.
He's gonna have a little traffic here, though.
Yeah, 2 Aston Martins. Both they're both leading the standings right now, so they might, if they accidentally get in his way, I would not...
Oh, he's already loose.
So, you remember? So I think that's exactly where Van crashed in Tier 1 2 days ago.
Oh, well, that would make... He's probably using his setup, too. Come on, Van.
Come on, Van. Okay, I don't blame him. I don't really blame him, because with this track, I found really 2 ways you can do the setup. One is if you just do the downforce as you need to. The other is if you just trim all the downforce out. That gets you really fast on the straight. The problem is turns 2 and 3, which I did crash. I ended up crashing in Tier 1. Okay, Sector 2 yellow. That means there's probably a Mercedes on a flying lap.
Toros is letting Fergie by, it looks like. There might be another yeah. He is on an out lap. Both Mercedes on an out lap. Looks like Meat Shield just started his lap.
Meat Shield just started his lap. Let's follow on board Meat Shield as he goes through turn 1. Perfect apex. Also perfect exit, actually. Goes through turn 2 and 3. Nothing to see here.
And very nice through there.
Backed off a little bit. Maybe he's trimmed off the downforce like I was mentioning, but that will give him quite an advantage in the race. Goes through the hairpin, little bit safe, but that is his first lap, so I don't blame him at all. Perfect DRS release.
Yep, and here it is coming up to the most technical part of the track, I think, right here. Taking it nice and slow, it seems. Probably just looking to set a banker.
Yep. Bankers are pretty important, but I personally like to set my banker a little bit early, so if I do screw up my banker, like the driver I can be, you still have the time to set another one. 8 minutes is cutting it a little bit close, but you never know if you're a qualifying master, as he almost goes across the white line but doesn't invalidate. Could be fine. Going into the last set of turns, avoids the curbs very well. Does leave it a little bit conservative as he tries to avoid the wall. Goes to the last corner now. And that gets him... Oh! It almost spins out in the last corner, but that he just saves it and gets him P14. Which is unfortunate.
Yeah, not a good lap from Michio, but I think that was a banker for sure. I think he's definitely capable of going quicker than that.
Yeah, that was definitely a banker. He probably did more.
Bird person setting a new fastest lap. Wasn't it Mr. Ultra on pole?
Right now, Bird Person 136.9.
Bird Person.
Mr.
Breaking the
Ultra,
136s.
Mr. Ultra 137.3. But Mr. Ultra's on a hot lap. You never know. Again, Tier 3 is very close compared to the other tiers, so it is still wide open right now.
I'm on board with Fergie here, who just started his lap. See how he takes this.
Alright, let's follow up board Fergie. Avoids the curbs very well on the high-speed corners.
Yes, very nice.
That's a beautiful scene. That's a beautiful section of corners.
Oh yeah, he's looking good through here. A little slow through there, but that's okay.
Yeah, or apex a little bit too early, but that's alright. Takes a late apex through the hairpin to get that maximum acceleration down the main straight. Aston Martin gets out of the way like the good driver he is. Alright, just trying to spot his braking point now. Don't want to lock up here. That's perfect.
Yeah, very nice through there. Gets a little loose at the end, but he's okay.
Yeah.
DRS open here, and then another technical part of the track again.
Yep, you're going through a left, right, left, and then trying to spot your braking point just as the curbs end. One apex.
Nice.
Very nice. Just avoiding the slush curve. That's perfect. Go through the not straight but full throttle section.
I love that part of the track. It's probably one of my favorites.
It's a very hard
Very
part of the
nice. Very nice through here.
Very nice. Spotting all the braking points correctly right up to the wall to get that maximum acceleration for the last two corners. Spotting your braking point perfectly into the final corner, just avoiding the curb. Taking all of the outside, which gets him a 137.3.
Yeah, nice. Very nice.
That is a very good effort from Fergie. He should be proud of that.
What do we have in a lap here? Let's see. I'm gonna hop on board with Only, who has yet to set a lap. Pressure's starting to build here. He's on the mediums. Very nice through there.
Alright.
Yeah, he's looking real good through here.
That looks very good. But he is on medium. He is on medium, so
While we're on board,
pole, but
I don't know. This will be close.
yeah, he still does have time for it.
There it is on mediums.
136.6. If I was
Very
only,
nice.
I'd just retire right now.
Yeah. Save the tires. You're probably guaranteed to start top 3 here if you're not still on pole at the end.
36. The pole time for tier 1 was 135.3. So if you're talking about a 1 second gap, that's pretty good.
Looks like he's going back to back here.
Is he at?
He has
Surely
he definitely
not.
has the battery. Yeah, he
Surely
has the
not.
battery. Oh no, he's not.
Yeah,
he's just cruising.
signed off. Yeah. I would seriously consider retiring right now, but remember you definitely need to go back to the pit before you do that. Who else is on a lap? Is Fergie? Oh, Fergie's binned it into the wall.
Oh yeah, look at that.
That's very unfortunate. That's probably his last run. That's probably his last run gone. So
I'm gonna stay on board with Trash Panda here, who just started his last flying lap
all right.
on the softs.
Let's follow Trash Panda on his flying lap. 2 apexes.
Very
good.
Yeah, very nice through there. Let's see how his.
He's probably
Very good through there.
Very good. He's probably taking a very soft suspension setup because with normal setups you can't really take the curb on the fast left right, but he seems fine. We'll find out if that's faster in the race.
Yeah, we'll find out if it works for him right here too.
No lockups. Perfect apex.
Yeah, that's great.
Apex. That's amazing. Tier 3 might be our bottom tier, but doesn't mean the drivers are any bad. These guys are
No,
good.
not at all.
Yeah.
Definitely our developmental tier, but some of these guys are still. They've been here for a few years, so.
Yeah,
or a few seasons, I should say.
Okay, all perfect apexes again. Here, you just need to make sure you avoid the curves. Going through a second. Ooh.
He's looking real good through here. This might be contention for pole. Down the power. Very nice. Power down.
Yep. And crosses the line.
Oh, that's close.
That's still P4.
That's good.
That was a very good lap, but not quite good enough. Well, Only tries to have another one. What's that? On softs. Okay, so Only's not happy with pole.
I don't think he'll get around. I mean, he can take the esports line all he wants, but I don't think he'll get around in 40 seconds. Well, although he may have more time than what is said to me, I don't know if that's still a thing.
You never know if the Cody's got their act together yet. I'd say.
I'm not sure if Trash Panda is going back to back, but it looks like he is powering through here.
I think he has to. If he wants a better time, he has to do it now. Okay. Is he improving? Hard to say.
We'll find out here.
Anyone else on a hot lap?
No, he's up 5 seconds. He's not. Okay.
Falling on board with third person, who's trying to take pole away from Only. Since he's on soft, he really has to get going, because if it only gets to start on pole with mediums, that's pretty much race over.
I'd say that's an interesting strategy.
Hello, Throttle.
Hello!
Throttle, welcome.
Yes, sorry for such the late entrance, everybody.
It's okay.
I was spotting somebody in iRacing, 20 laps at Dega in ARCA cars. I'd say we did well.
It's okay. At Apollo Racing Club, we save the best for last, as Bird Person does a 1:36.9, which is not the fastest time on the board, but that's good enough for P3.
That's still, get in there, Aston Martin. I was his race engineer. Clearly I have some skill at doing that, so if I'm garbage on track, at least I can be Bono.
Anyone else on a hot lap?
Like Mr. Ultra is still on a lap.
Mr. Ultra's in P2 right now, trying to steal pole from Only.
Very nice through there.
Very nice through there. He only needs to find 2/10, which isn't impossible, especially on a track like this and with track evolution.
I will say, after having raced it yesterday, in Abu Dhabi, there's a stupid bug where it gives you 2 insta warnings and a penalty if you go across a tiny line in the pit. It gave me an instant 3-second penalty, and I was like, oh, what is that?
Let's hold that thought as Mr. Ultra crosses the line to steal P1 from Only. I can't see the time because he's the last guy on, but...
Think he got him by 2/10 there, but I got to tell you, Only still in the perfect position here on mediums.
Yeah, I'd rather start in second on mediums than first on softs. Honestly, you're only losing a place. That's not much.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's go through the order. We have Mr. Ultra in pole position, followed by Only Re on mediums, and Bird Person in third.
Could get in there, Bird Person.
Yep, and the only person starting on softs in the top 10 is Only. So depending on when the safety car comes out, he's in a very good position.
Yeah, he's in a perfect position, and that's the thing. It could work in the favor of the soft runners. It could work in the favor of the medium runners. It all depends if and when there's going to be a safety car. But if there's no safety cars, I think Only is in a perfect position. However, I am going to bow out. I was only a celebrity commentator in qualifying when we waited for Throttle, so I will let Throttle take over.
It would have been great to have three commentators.
Thank you.
It is quite okay. I will be around if you guys need something, but yes, you guys enjoy, and thank you for having me.
All right,
we'll
no
see you
problem.
around.
Thank you for taking my spot.
No problem.
All right, Tom.
All right.
So,
What?
as we wait for the race to start, what do we think of strategy?
I think I'm just gonna say this out on a whim, but when I did my race yesterday, I one-stopped mostly because I think I spun and got like the tiniest bit of wing damage. So I'm like, well, let me box. And no, what happened was I went out. I qualified on They had to restart the lobby because the game broke in the formation lap. Oh no! Oh my God!
That's
Don't
not
tell
very
me.
nice. Please don't crash on the formation lap.
No! Oh wait. Oh, I thought they were. Why did my brain just think? Yeah, they're done. Race over. But what happened was that they had to restart the lobby because it bugged on the formation lap. I had just come home from dinner and I was like, wait, let me join. So I hopped in and I meant to pick mediums, but I instead got on softs. I'm like, well, balls, I'm not gonna do well. No practice. Was like, all right. I spun twice on the first like third of the race. I was like, balls, these tires are done. I pitted for hards, and as soon as I exited the pits, I got the tiniest tiny bit of wing damage. And it was the most frustrating thing. I had to go like 23 laps with like, it wasn't even lime green. It was still green, but it was just barely noticeable. It was extremely frustrating. But I made it through the race. But I believe that if you could really pull it off, this race is a two-stop.
Honestly, I disagree. I honestly think it's an easy one-stop, unless the safety cars has some like other ideas. Because I was doing easy. I was doing easy soft medium.
Yeah, but what I will say though is that my hards at the end of the race were at 60%. The rears, I pitted on lap 9 because my softs were at like 40. They were done.
Yeah, the white mark tires here are trash. But the good thing is the white mark tires can easily get you from start to finish. So if
they easily can.
So if the safety car does come out on lap 1, you could consider doing.
They murdered the bollard already.
Race. Who needs bollards anyway?
I know, but you could have at least saved him for lap 1. I mean, to take him out on the formation lap, that's just like having a that's I don't even know what to say to that.
Uncivilized?
Yes. I thought this was a civilized sport. And I'm only getting rear view of the field.
Well, let's see how we go. 5 lights. And away we go for Tier 3 Abu Dhabi at Apollo Racing Club.
Alright.
Everyone's
Don't
made
wanna
it
take-
through turn 1. And
we've got a spinning Mercedes!
Mercedes has gone. Who's that? That's Fergie, I think.
Fergie. Not to toot my own shoulder, but I think it would be cool if I did lap 1, as I am a very good iRacing spotter. We have 3 cars: a McLaren, a Haas, and a Ferrari. Going tumbling down the order. As Let's Talk Golf gets a 5-second penalty. Corner cutting, gained 1 place, and Fergie has left the session.
No. Fergie, you need to retire in the pit.
Not looking good. Only Rye. Just checking up. Red Bull going down the inside of the McLaren. Sorry. Just seeing that. Could not make the move stick. Torres keeps his 6th place. Mr. Ultra opening a gap on those red marked soft tires. Only Rye just sliding in behind him. Almost going to be out of a second. He needs to be in that DRS. By the time lap 3 rolls around, we have a yellow flag in sector 2.
Oh no,
Michel spun
out on the on the first chicane. That's very unfortunate. But he does have 27 laps to catch up, so you never know.
Only Ride kind of starting a bit of a Fernando Alonso type-esque train on those yellow marked medium tires as they come into the 3rd sector. Holding up a lot of soft runners, but I think it's the better strategy choice all around.
Yeah, so far, Mr. Ultra's trying to get a gap as soon as he can to avoid the stampede that is led by Only Ride. But
I
so
think
far, he's doing okay. He's just pulling.
He's doing a pretty good, pulling a gap on those soft tires. I think it's a
predictive
good
strategy. But predictive strategy provided by Amazon, soft, medium. I don't think you need that.
AWS coming in clutch there, but I don't think we're gonna listen to them because sometimes they're wrong. Oh, Draken Wolf, what happened there?
Oh, he just binned it in turn 1.
Oh.
And that brings out a virtual safety car. The race is effectively neutralized right now.
I hate the virtual safety cars. I just think you should pull out a full one or none at all. You lose time on VSCs, or at least I've only lost time. Never gained. Never.
Well, think of it this way. Let's see who loses the least amount of time.
That's true. And I wonder if Only Red plays his cards right, he could get that gap smaller and cause Mr. Ultra some headache.
But you don't want to get it too close, which then costs you.
Yeah, which then costs you. Yeah. You really want to cut it close on when you get the gap going and when you have to start, because the delta is quite tricky in this game. But usually about a 2/10 margin, and we're back racing. We're green and bacon juice
gets to drive through, as we were talking about.
One person had to get it. That's now 2 black and white flags on the field at the moment, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of more to come as the race goes on.
As Hollis tries to go for a very opportunistic move on Bird Person, I'm sorry. Doesn't quite make it stick, but that's just Abu Dhabi for you. You don't
race control, DRS enabled as we go on to the 3rd lap. Into turn 1, and Only Rye is closing the gap.
That should help. That should really help with the overtakes, as you can't really make anything stick in sector 3. So we have a battle with Only Rye and and Mr. Ultra, but it's a little bit I believe the closest battle right now is Haulers trying to get Bird Person into the straight. Ooh, the McLaren thought about it, but ran out of traction.
Haller is riding on board, getting right up close to the rear end of the Aston Martin, goes to the inside, late on the brakes, they're going side by side. Oh, he locks up the front. But is he gonna make it? They're still side by side, and he makes it round the outside. You can't overtake, and he loses another position to Torres, but gets the DRS and goes flying past him.
Yeah, Torres had to give the position back because he overtook outside the white line. That's very good sportsmanship that we should be encouraging here at Apollo Racing Club.
I'd say that's very good. Bird Person tumbling down the rankings, but I know he can do better.
Yeah, Bird Person's leading the championship right now, so don't count him out just yet.
Oh no, don't count him out. I think he's doing a great job. Spotted him. They seemed at the beginning of the season seemed in not really that good of a shape. I became their race engineer, and things turned around so suddenly. I'd call them at least in the lead for the championship. Bird Person. He seems really strong. As Only Rye sets the fastest lap, meaning that the mediums are coming into play. As around lap 4-5, the softs did start degrading for me, but it seemed it's been taken by Seaway 34.
It's probably a bit of DRS here, a bit of battery there.
Yeah, a bit of battery there, a bit of DRS there. But I do think Only Rye should start pushing, as he's only 4 tenths behind him. He's going to get DRS down this back straight.
I'll be honest, I would not push it if I was only right, because battery recharge rate here is terrible. You want to save as much
Going on there.
You want to save as much as you can. Never mind that.
He goes
What
for
do
the
I know?
pass,
Goes
he's
for the
going for it.
overtake.
Clean in the DRS. Makes it stick. And that's a clean move.
That's a very
We're
good
seeing a lot of overtakes at Abu Dhabi. Wouldn't think that.
Meanwhile, there's a yellow flag near the back markers. Let's look at that. Holding Mercedes and a Red Bull. Is there any damage? I don't think so. Maybe just a minor scuffle. Oh, while we were looking at the yellow flag, Mr. Ultra's retaking the lead from Only Rock.
Oh, I didn't see that. How did he manage on the lead have changed hands once again on the same lap?
Probably a bit of DRS carousel, I guess.
Guys, you can calm down. It's only lap 4. As we come around to start lap 5, the Ferrari of Trash Panda getting up right close to the battle. Oh, and Only Ride's going to look down the inside. Oh, they're going to get close. Bit of contact. They rub. And he goes off the track.
Only Ride
He's going to keep his position. I'd say that's a bit cheeky, but that's what happens when you have really close racing.
Yeah, I don't blame Only Ride.
Trash Panda thinking of a move. Oh no.
Trash Panda's right.
He is going to take quite a chunk. Oh, he's going to think he takes a peek. Oh, they're going to be side by side as they exit. He's going to get the DRS. Oh, bit of contact there. But he's going to get the DRS.
That at all.
He will not, but he's going to get the DRS and fly by once again as he takes the lead down the back stretch. As they go, the two Ferraris looking racy again. Trash Panda looking up, scoring up a move, thinks better of it, stays behind his teammate.
Yeah, the top three need to work together to pull a gap if they really want to secure the race, because if they keep squabbling like this, Bird Person or Stack Group is going to catch up, and then they're going to have a mighty headache.
It's a double Ferrari down the back straight. Mr. Ultra looking for the move. They're going side by side. Oh, that's really close, but they're going to come out of it. Oh, off the track goes Only Right, and he keeps his position. They're still side by side going in. Who thought that this could be happening at Abu Dhabi of all places?
I can already imagine the stewards having an aneurysm.
I can imagine that with track limits going insane. No warnings though.
Not so far.
Not so far. Bird Person getting right on the back of Trash Panda. I knew he's going to catch up to the rear. It's now a 4-person fight for the top 4. Mr. Ultra with a 3-second time penalty. That's going to hurt his chances of winning this race right at the beginning.
Oh, Trash Panda. That's not how you follow. That's not how you follow a group mate. You have to keep the apexes and keep your cool. And that gets Bird Person to 3rd place.
On the podium steps, goes wide at the exit of turn 1 to Trash Panda. But I think Bird Person just has it easy. Just keep your tires where they are. Stay behind Mr. Ultra. He's a penalty. And Only Ride is just going to keep and make a gap. He has a second. He's broken DRS, but will the sensor pick that up as we go down the back stretch? Just leaving the hairpin. We'll see.
Sorry, I have to interrupt you here. 3-inch Willie has lost his front wing in turn 3.
Oh, no. They do have DRS behind Only Ride, but it's not going to be enough as they come into the braking zone. Not going to be near close enough. Still 6/10 behind Only Ride, really opening a gap on those, I guess, fresher mediums as he breaks DRS. Oh, but he gets within those 8/10 again. He's going to have DRS on the backstretch, so his Bird Person he's going to be following. As Trash Panda also, it's going to be real close coming into the braking zone. So we have a yellow flag in Sector 3. This race is really shaping up in the first few laps.
If you're Bird Person, what do you do? Because Mr. Ultra now has a 3-second penalty, so if he's battling Only Right, the only person who suffers is himself. So he's not going to try to overtake. Bird Person is on softs. He needs to pull a gap on the Only Right who's running mediums. If they keep the same gap, then you're on the second stint. He's just gonna eat you alive, right?
Yeah, I think Bird Person is in a lovely position right now because with Mr. Ultra having a penalty in front, he can just sit behind him. Pit window open, powered by AWS. Lap 7 to 12, medium for a 2-stop strategy.
I was about to say, if you were Bird Person, I would consider converting to a 2-stop.
I would consider it too, although all of the soft runners are going to start feeling a lot of degradation and tire wear up to this point, as my tires around lap 9 started to fade away too much. I had spun twice, but I think the softs are going to lose more than that. As we head down the back straight, Bird Person shaping up the move side by side, and he completes it. He's pushing hard up to second place. He's past the two Ferraris, are dropping back. Mr. Ultra just getting right up to the rear end, but I don't think it's going to matter. Now he wants to chase down a little bit of a lockup, but he wants to chase down Bird Person wants to chase down Olirai. As the two Ferraris behind him get DRS, it's going to look real shapy down into the braking zone as we go into the chicane.
Uses all of his battery to defend, and did Mr. Ultra make contact there with Bird Person?
I just saw some Bird Person had quite a nasty lockup there going in. But he keeps his position, and I would think that would cause a bit more wear on his front tires, but I'd say he's fine for the moment.
Meanwhile, the big winner right now is Trash Panda. He's made several mistakes that I can notice, but the top three are not pulling away because they're too busy battling each other.
Yeah, I'd say calm down, guys. It's only lap 7. You still have 20 laps to go. Oh, and Trash Panda into the pits. Is this a strategy by Ferrari?
Trash Panda goes into the pits, and that probably commits him to a 2-stop unless... This is an extremely long 1-stop if he's pulling it. No, it's a 2-stop. He's going on the mediums. He's going to have his work cut out ahead of him. 20 laps on mediums is technically possible, but that's like saying it is technically possible to walk from Los Angeles to New York.
Yep. Nice exit out of the pits. By the way, Mr. Ultra just sitting behind Bird Person. Bird Person not really doing much with that gap. Stayed pretty level and consistent. Mr. Ultra getting DRS, although I thought he wouldn't. Closing up the gap, but it's not going to be enough.
The Alfa Romeo, which does clear him one spot. So back to what you were saying. Where you're saying, do you think that Ferrari's gonna try to use Trash Panda to keep only right there?
I think it's a strategy by Ferrari calling him in sooner, because as they see Mr. Ultra is the faster car. He does have a penalty, so they probably want to make him go long, and they're probably going to just do what opposite of what Bird Person and Only Rye are doing, is they can see that they're pulling a gap against him. So I think Trash Panda
gets a warning for that for that track extension.
But I would think that they use Trash Panda as sort of a test mule and see how good is the tire. We've got a yellow flag, sector 2 and 3. Who is that?
That's a Mercedes, a Fergie, who's gone off on the chicane at the end of the straight.
And that can only help Trash Panda as he overtakes him. That was going to be a slower car in front of him. And he's up to 7th already. Oh, it's Mr. Ultra's in the pits.
Mr. Ultra's in the pits?
Let's see what he goes on to. Is it hard? It's mediums. He's going on to mediums. So Ferrari doing the same strategy for both drivers. He's going to come out barely in front of Trash Panda. Trash Panda coming around the final corner. It's going to be close on the pit exit. Who's going to get the move? Going down the front stretch. It's going to be real tight. Mr. Ultra just coming out of the pits. It's going to be like Abu Dhabi 2010. Who makes the pass outside? Oh, and he keeps the position, Mr. Ultra. Yellow flag, sector 3.
So the undercut did not work for Trash Panda as he comes up behind his teammate, who has the penalty.
That's certainly interesting. I would have thought that they might have let the penalty man behind him, but you
you'd think if Ferrari was on team radio, Trash Panda would ask Mr. Ultra to move out of the way because Mr. Ultra has a penalty and they're just gonna drag each other down.
Oh, lock up on the fresh mediums. That's not what you want to do. You want to work them up. Oh, we've got another yellow flag in sector 3. Let's talk golf. 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings, and again.
Oh no, 3-inch Willie has lost another front wing.
Oh, come on, 3-inch Willie. What have you done?
Okay, as
this is not going good.
A set of meat shield who goes straight around the outside. And also, let's talk golf. Goes round safely. And unfortunately for 3-inch Willie, that's no safety car for him.
Man, you would have thought the two Mercedes would have been leading, but given it... Oh, it's another... That's a penalty for Seaway 34. In 5th place, too. Oh, as he pits. Oh, he did what I did.
Did he speed
ran
in the pit lane?
No, he didn't speed in the pit lane. What he did was he touched the outside white line on the curve into the pit lane tree, and it gives you 2 insta warnings and a penalty.
Oh.
Because that happened to me during my race, so that screwed him completely, and that is not his fault at all. That is a bug with the game.
As Mr. Ultra takes out another bollard down at turn 2. He's probably trying to
God,
sabotage
Mr.
his teammate, which is highly unappreciated, but here we are.
He's pulling an Alonso Abu Dhabi 2010 bollard in the middle of turn 14. Dangerous, maybe safety car. Ferrari up to their old strategies once again. As they have a chance. We got a yellow flag sector 2. Who is that? Oh, and it's a spinning Curbs. Curbs, he's spun. He's going to get... Oh, I thought he would have been passed by Seaway 34. He's going to shape up a move now that he has the DRS.
Was that lag? That might be lag. As he tried...
No, I think he spun out. Is the red... Another yellow flag sector 3. Who's that?
Oh, no. I think that's 3-inch Willie again. It's very hard to navigate this track without a front wing, to be honest. As we still trying to keep his position from Seaway, but Seaway has much fresher tires, and that's probably a lost cause, unfortunately.
As 3-inch Willie in the pits getting open. Pit window open, lap 10 to 18, soft, 2-stop strategy. Now, you have to change your tires to the medium compound, and on he goes for 3-inch Willie. Going up back to the front, we've got an Alpha Tauri 1 and 3, with Only Ride just extending his lead at the top of the field. I don't quite know.
As Best Talk Golf just takes P13 from Meat Shield down the back straight. With DRS, that's a very simple move. Just slam on the brakes. That's very good. Just lick the stamp and send it.
As Bird Person into the pits on a medium set of tires. Interesting why he's so far down. Would have imagined, though, that it's just him entering the pits.
Meanwhile, Bacon Juice has a go on Backpack, but doesn't quite keep the spot and remains P12.
Or is 10.1 seconds behind Only Rye, ever so extending his lead by a few tenths a corner. Look at that. He's just got amazing grip on those mediums still. Wouldn't be surprised that maybe he tries for a one-stop. He could go from mediums to hards. Because you do have to use a separate compound, and although that would be a bit weird of a strategy, not completely out of the ordinary from the racer's mind.
Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm. Gotta do what they don't expect. Throw a wrench into the works.
If you're not happy with the position you're in right now, you have to do something different.
Mm-hmm. Got 3 people with penalties on the board. 1 just kind of undeserved. Oh, and there goes Tours. He's boxing. It's an Alpha Tauri.
Oh, the leaders. Tours is boxing. Finally.
Tours is in the... Oh, and Skywood is also boxing right behind him. So clearly Alpha Tauri on the same strategy as the McLaren. It's a good start for the McLaren. It's going to have to be a fast one for the Alpha Tauri. He's going to come out right behind the McLaren.
No mistakes there. No mistakes there. They're probably on a one-stop. Only Rise also probably on a one-stop. Ferrari's probably on 2?
I'd have to say they're on 2. They pitted so early, I don't know why they wouldn't be.
If they manage to do it on a one-stop, I'll be very surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's look at the gaps.
16 seconds to Mr. Ultra, but the gap is...
But only hasn't stopped yet. So effectively, Mr. Ultra is in the lead, but he might have to stop again.
He might have to.
I'm
wondering if he wants to go... Yes, I'm wondering if he wants to go to lap 18 and then box for 10 laps on the softs, which wouldn't be a bad idea. As everyone else went 11 or 12, they might be a bit worn by the end, but he has to push the gap. As it's gone by a second down to Mr. Ultra with the fresher medium tires as he stopped a lot earlier.
As
but that
Skyler
will pay him.
Takes the position from Tours. and sets the fastest Sector 2 so far.
Oh, would you look at that?
That's a very beautiful overtake.
Gap to the leader, we have 3-inch Willie 1 lap down, but we've got 14 seconds, 17. Mr. Ultra, 39.9. We've broken into the 39s here at Abu Dhabi. This race is starting to liven up with the pit strategy.
Yep, Mr. Ultra's trying his best to maintain pace. He really needs to pressure only right into an early pit stop if he can. But only ride's probably gonna pit lap 17, 18.
Interesting. Bird person setting a flying time. It's faster again in the 39.9s. I'm just so surprised of why he's in 9th. He was running 3rd. What happened?
I think Bird Person's doing I think Bird Person just did a 1-stop. He just pitted. So
Interesting. 1-stop on the mediums. I did it on the hards and was able to weather the storm.
I did soft medium in turn 1 race. That ended up pretty well for me. As long as you're careful in turn, as long as you're careful in turn 3, it should be fine. Let's see. Torres is still trying to get the positions back from Skybird, but I would not recommend battling right now. You need to clear the 2-stop runners and work together.
Yes, I believe so.
Just save your battery. It's really
save your battery, save your tires. Just we've got a yellow flag sector 3. That's going into the final corner. Who is that?
That's a Sauber. AlphaTauri, sorry. That's Michio probably just had a minor spin. Should be fine. Nothing too out of the ordinary. So let's go back to some of the leaders.
Mr. Ultra just cutting that gap. It's now 13-2. I wouldn't be surprised if Only Rai plans to pit within the next 4 laps, as his mediums are probably getting quite old by now.
You say that, but Mr. Ultra's only making about a second per lap on him.
That's still a second per lap, though. That's quite a big margin. That means he's going to have a big margin. Is it going to be just like this race we saw Sunday with Lewis and Max at Coda? With Lewis going long and making all that time up in the end, but will it be enough to pass Mr. Ultra? Because he will undoubtedly pass him in the pit stops.
Mr. Ultra will probably come out P4 if he pits now. He probably has a few more laps to play with before Skylar will overtake him, but so that should be fine. But again, the P2, 3, and 4 is likely to be on a 2-stop. If they do try to do on a 1-stop, their tires will be dead by lap 22. So let's see how it goes. Unless the safety car bails them out, at which point all bets are off. But
all bets are off, and Only Rai, if a safety car comes out, will just be gifted the golden chalice, as that will benefit his strategy the most out of anyone here.
Speaking of overtakes, Fergie's just got overtaken by Bird Person, who gets P8 off of him. Bird Person is a man on a mission. He really needs to make up some time before Only Rai
his
hits.
teammate. Meat Shield, 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. You need to keep it cool, even if you're running near the back of the field.
I was running dead last at the start of lap 1, and through just DNFs and sheer chaos in the race, made it to P9.
Exactly.
And just kept it up.
First, you must first finish. I'm gonna say. Who said that? I'm gonna attribute to Senna or something, because that's usually how it goes.
I'd say that's a Shumi quote.
That's probably not true, but here we are. Don't believe everything you see on the internet, Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln, baby.
What's up, George? Sector 1. Probably just someone having a minor kerfuffle as a Ferrari. Oh, who's that? Mr. Ultra?
Oh no, it can't be.
Mr. Ultra bins it at the end of the main straight.
No, he saves it, but that's gonna cost him. I would have thought the race.
Probably
or at least
no damage, but that probably cost him the win, as he
wouldn't
the Trash Panda, who's now the first runner on what we think is a 2-stop strategy, but you never know. I might be wrong.
You never know. No, but only like clearly going for the one stop. It's going to be on hard. No, sorry, hard soft. And there. Oh, Mr. Ultra going wide. You don't want to do that.
Probably has a little bit of wing damage, if I'm honest.
Did he touch the wall? I didn't see.
I just saw him spin out. He doesn't come into the pits, so that's well.
That's probably a good sign. Oh, we've got a message on the bottom.
Mr. Ultra has
Ultra's left the session.
Come on, guys! If you're gonna retire, you need to retire in the pit.
I wouldn't even know why he would have. I'd say this race is still on for a good podium.
Honestly,
I wouldn't leave just yet.
Probably just a coincidence. Sure, because surely, you know.
Surely not.
Yeah.
No. If I was in that position, even if I spun, I'd be loving it right now.
You'd still be in a podium position.
Yeah, and if things don't come out on top for your teammate and you let him by, he's gonna let you buy back, hopefully.
Yeah. Well.
Where the race kind of calms down after it's just the calm after the storm, essentially, after all the pit stops have been made. But now we wait to see what comes next.
Speaking of which, Torres tries to go for a move on Skylord, who makes it stick.
These two are still fighting,
Takes
and
a very
look at that.
selfish line and does make it stick, but he's gonna have Skylord on DRS right behind him. Let's see if Skylord has enough battery. Skylord is going for it, but thinks better of it as he tucks back into the slipstream of Torres. Again, these two really need to work together if they want to climb places. If Only Ride pits and comes back out ahead of them.
Oh, Only Ride is pitting right now.
Speaking of
as you
which, Only
said.
Ride pits right now as Trash Panda's probably going to clear him. Is Haulers going to clear him? Probably. But again, is Torres going to clear them, or have they battled so much that they've
I think they
chance to
battled
block
too
Only
much.
Ride?
Trash Panda takes the lead. Only Ride's he's coming out of the exit right now, going through. This is going to be a tight one, I think, but I think those two are going to pass him. But he's going to have the advantage of fresh offs.
We're on board with Only Ride now as he comes out of the pits.
But crucially,
pass him right behind Haulers. That is a very good position to be in. Fresh sauce.
But crucially, he is ahead of Tours.
Yes.
And I wouldn't doubt that he's going to want to square up a move. And as Haulers locks up, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets DRS and passes him.
If this was a coordinated strategy by AlphaTauri, my driver of the day is Skylord. But if this is not a coordinated strategy, then they've thrown the race by themselves.
Graves gets a 3-second time penalty. Oh, his Only Ride sticks behind Hollards. I'm not sure what that strategy call is. He closes DRS. I'm not sure.
He's probably just waiting for the tires to heat up. You want to make sure you know exactly what your tire is capable of before you pull overtakes.
Oh, unless he's waiting for it to get closer. He's getting right to the rear end. He's going round the outside. That was calculated by Only Ride.
Yeah,
he knew what he had. Zone. Not a single lockup in sight. He is clear and clean. Now chasing down Mr. Ultra.
Yes, Only Ride is now by far clearly the fastest person on the track right now, but can he catch Trash Panda in time is the question.
Is the time checking the gap to the leader. They've got a 5-second gap. Mr. Ultra, 5-second gap to Trash Panda. And the gap ever so closing. I really think that Only Ride could pull this off within the last 10 laps of the race.
I'll be honest, I'll be surprised if Only Ride doesn't pull it off. He only has his left
I'd
to
be
blame.
surprised as well.
He's 2 tenths behind Mr. Ultra tries to look over. Thinks about a look in turn 1. Thinks better of
Purple
it.
Sector 3, he is really flying on those. Purple Sector 3 is really flying on those fresh red tops, red striped soft tires, as he's just probably waiting for the DRS. Oh my god, it gets really close. I don't think that's wing damage, but that certainly is quite a close call. Was it calculated? Was it a bit dirty? I don't know. But he has lost 4 tenths to the leader.
His tires were way too new. Alright.
DRS down the back stretch. That's an easy pass for Only Ride. So he tucks back onto the racing line. And now it's hammer time. He has to chase down Trash Panda. Already closing the gap by a second going into the final chicane. As I believe Mr. Ultra's going to try and fight back to save his teammate's position, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Mr. Ultra closing. It's not enough. Only Ride having the fantastic exit that he did and then he's just going to fly away in the next corner. So we've got, oh, Curbs has retired.
Is that going to bring out a safety car?
If that brings out a safety car, it's going to gift Trash Panda a free pit stop. We've got a Mercedes going through, and it's on the exit of 4.
No, it is not.
No safety car.
No safety car.
Once his car clears, if there's no safety car...
That's bad news for Only Rush, because he actually has to make up the 4 seconds now. But, on the flip side, he is gaining, what, a second per lap?
Oh yeah, a second per lap, no doubt. And I think that falls perfectly in the laps of Only Riot, as Trash Panda doesn't get a free pit stop ahead of him.
Strategy update provided by yours truly. Only Riot
got another
will have
a Red Bull in
catch up with
Sector
5 laps to
3.
go. Red Bull Sector
Who is
3
that? It's
gets out.
Seaway.
Seaway with a damaged front wing going into Sector 3. He's gonna have to
no.
box.
High hopes.
You're gonna have to box, mate. As he does make it into the pits. To be conservative, breaks at the 80-meter mark, and he speeds
And
anyway.
5 second time penalty. Oh my god. You guys, come on. Hopefully he has another set of soft tires.
Meanwhile, we're on board with Haulers right now as he goes for an overtake on Mr. Ultra. Gets it done before the braking zone.
Not looking good for the man who started on pole position tonight, as he is now currently 4th place and out of the podium position. Clearly learning from Charles Leclerc at Baku 2021. As Only Rai just closing the gap more and more. It's about to be 2.9 seconds as he breaks.
Mr. Ultra's gonna fight it back and does get the position into the second straight.
I would have Haulers, I'd bet you. He's furious in his seat right now, having spent all that time catching up with the man who has a penalty in front of him, knowing he's faster, but just that straight line advantage with the DRS surely being a pesky bug, a bit of a lockup by Haulers. But this is going to be a good fight.
I thought, their tires are about the same. Honestly, with P3 and for the last podium pitting position, what I guess will happen is someone will make a mistake, and that will be the end of that. As Trash Panda calls it quits and comes into the pits, gifting Only Ride the lead with the fastest lap of the session today.
I totally agree.
Well, if your tires are done, your tires are done. There's nothing you can do about that. Does Mr. Ultra have to come into the pits? 18 laps on a set of mediums is borderline, but you could probably make it work. And honestly, by now, with only 8 laps to go, you have to commit. As they go for another swapperoo with Mr. Haulers and Ultra. Oh no! As we turn in at just the right time, as Haulers DNFs from removed from Mr. Ultra. I bet the stewards are gonna have to look at that later. Safety car deployed. Oh boy, only safety car deployed. So here at Apollo Racing Club, the safety car is deployed because Haulers has made contact with Mr. Ultra down the back straight. The stewards will probably have to have a look at that later, but let's go down the order. Only Ride comes into the pits. So does Mr. Ultra. They're gonna have a...
Oh, it's a safety car!
Yeah. Yeah, you left right at the wrong... You left at the wrong time, mate.
A worse moment. I went to go check
Haulers
on something real quick.
Haulers were fighting Mr. Ultra and one of them crashed out.
Oh, no.
Well, on the bright side, so Only Rise gonna come into the pits for a final lap splash and dash, which gives Tours the lead, but I suspect that Tours won't be in the lead for very long.
No, Tours won't be in the lead for very long, as Bacon Juice goes into the pits. FK Backpack will get into the points, P10? You know, it's the point. You're gaining something against someone.
I think everyone is gonna go into the pits unless they're very desperate.
Everybody's gonna. Unless you just pitted, there is no reason to pit. Did only ride pit?
Only ride pit. The
That's
only
an interesting call.
people who haven't pit are Trash Panda and Backpack, with Backpack's on 3-lap-old mediums, which doesn't surprise me.
I'm surprised though. His softs are only a couple laps old, but you do need that advantage. The more rubber you have on your tires, the more it's gonna just gain overall. Especially with the 8-lap old tires ahead of him, it's gonna be probably a 5-lap dash.
You're probably, especially in this game, new tires on safety car restarts are very powerful. You do want to pit if you can help it, basically.
You just have to make sure they are up to temperature, and we have a total of 3 DNFs in this race. Hullers, Curbs, and Draken. Whoa, that was close between Tors and Onlyrai. A penalty between them.
That was a very weird near miss, but here we are.
Well, he's still here. He's still alive. He's still going. I'd call that a win.
Yep. So we have 3 DNFs. Draken Wolf's Curbs crashed out in turn 1, and Haulers got into a little bit of contact with Mr. Ultra. Mr. Ultra survived that ordeal, and Haulers did not. The stewards will probably have to have a look at that later, but we'll see where we are. Safety car is not in yet, as the marshals are trying to clear away the car of Haulers.
And the 2 Red Bulls and Mercedes are in the back end of Sector 3, and Let's Talk Golf just nowhere, unfortunately. He's still on the second back straight.
So Throttle, who do you think is our driver of the day today? 3-inch Willy pits.
I would think that would be the smartest call. I think even if your tires, you think you make it into the end, there is no point not pitting unless you just pit for a safety car. The advantage of new tires on this game is second to none. You need that fresh rubber, especially on a restart.
I think
but my driver
was trying to unlock himself, which why he
but
later.
My driver of the day, though, I know it seems really weird, but I'd have to say Only Right. Started second, took the lead, gained an advantage, and just went with it. I'd have to say it's Only Right, just because of the sheer... I mean, yeah, he lost out pole position by a few tenths, but, you know, Mr. Ultra started gaining the gap, and then he just closed it like lap 7.
You know what? I think driver of the day should go to Skylar, because I just looked at team radio. Only Rice and Skylar are on the same team radio with their engineer Van.
Van is their engineer. Ah.
I think what might have happened there was that if Van told Skylar to really battle towards, which means Only Right could clear him after the second pit stop, which is probably why.
That's a great strategic call.
That's amazing.
And they're all wide. Skylar, would you go on mediums? Is my question. We are only 5 laps away from the end. Safety car light's still on, so.
Oh, that's a good point. Why is Skylar on mediums?
I don't understand. I mean, it's an interesting call to say the least, but I do wonder as we're heading into.
Probably didn't have time to change the tires over when the safety car called. It's probably right at Sector 3 or something, maybe.
Sector 3, safety car light still on.
So.
Oh no! The Ferraris, and I think that's gonna float beautifully into Skylar's hands, and I think it may just be an AlphaTauri 1-2 by the end of the race. But I certainly hope commentator's curse just doesn't ruin it all for us, and as I imagined, it is probably going to be a safety car in this lap with a 5-lap dash. We should get our message.
In true Ferrari fashion, they've screwed it up for themselves.
Yep, and as it was going well.
It was going well. They were going to be in a solid podium position.
Oh, for sure. Tor's not stopping. I'm sure he's a great defender, but against new softs and Only Rise pace, especially in the straight line for some reason, just pulling the gap. Clearly going for a lesser downforce setup, but I think Only Rai has a solid chance of winning unless he bottles it, which I don't think he will. But now, on the grid currently, we have 5 people with black and white flags. We've got Trash Panda, Mr. Ultra, Let's Talk Golf, Seaway 34, and Meat Shield 9610.
As we go safety car, as we go another lap around the safety car, that's probably the final lap.
This is, I would have, knowing iRacing my fair way a bit, I would say the safety car would be coming at the end of this lap. Everybody's caught up to the main pack now, and I think it's going to be one hell of a restart.
Surely we're going to restart now, as...
It would tell us by the end of Sector 2.
Yeah, as
Safety car in this lap.
Indeed, in this lap, we're looking at probably Only Rise probably got this. If he doesn't win it, he's got only himself to blame.
Only himself to blame, as 10 lap-old mediums in front of him. Surely he's got to get that pass done as soon as the safety car comes in.
I don't blame Torres for staying out. He did gain 5 position from that.
He did, and by the time he goes down the rest of the field, I'm sure he could defend somewhat. I mean, it's only, 4-lap dash.
Yeah, and with the Ferraris making contact, I would not be surprised if Mr. Ultra has a little bit of damage.
And I would think that that penalty buffer in general would call for some good moments as Torres backs at the field.
You need to have a very good exit out of the last corner, Torres, as he does nail the apex and goes.
As we are going, no overtaking until we cross the line. Green flag racing. We are back racing again. Only Rise shaping up the move into turn one. Oh, that's going to be close, but he's going to get the exit, no doubt. Torres keeps the lead. It's a McLaren 1 at first, but then Only Rise is going to have the soft tire advantage as he go down the hill. We plunge going into the first chicane. Blue flags for the back markers being into the bunch, and he's going to get this pass done in DRS, if not at the... No.
Only Rise takes a little bit of a late apex just to try and get a better exit.
Be a crazy restart as we go past. I wouldn't doubt. No DRS, that's right. No DRS, and they're not going to have it. Oh, he sent it down the inside.
Full overtake on. Let's go through the inside. Could break at the 100-meter board and down the apex.
Good.
And that's
the Ferrari is getting really close.
But that was not surprising because Torres is defending in more positions from the Ferraris behind.
Eagle car. Oh, as the Ferrari looks around the inside of Torres, but no, just peeks. As keeps us cool. Let's Talk Golf in the points after being a lap down. Would you look at that?
Was that contact? With Trash Panda and Torres?
I don't think so. I couldn't see it.
Might just be server lag. Alright, as we go ahead, Torres managed to stay alive in P2 for another lap. A train is a little bit forward. Conductor Tours. He should change his name to Trains.
Yes. We've got a yellow flag at sector 3.
That's
no, it's a Mercedes.
I do want to look away and see what's happening, but we might get another overtake into turn 1 right now, as Trash Panda does think about it, but thinks better of it.
And I'm just looking at my screen. Bird Person is now P5. What a clawback. Oh no! And that's a Ferrari in the wall. It's Trash Panda at the pit exit. Such a strange section. And we've got a Red Bull too. Is that DNF?
Did the Ferraris crash into each other? Oh no, Mr. Ultra's pitted. Yeah, he did get the damage from just now.
Oh no. Mr. Ultra down the rankings as a result. It is surely going to be an AlphaTauri 1-2, if not an Aston Martin P3.
You say that, but Skylord is not really making progress on Tours right now.
To be fair, though, he has gotten the medium, so I wouldn't doubt that they won't... Whoa! Big slide there! And the Aston Martin's going to look down the inside as he probably... Well, he's going to be shaping up the move. No DRS yet. He's going to use all of his ERS as they got a Mercedes behind. Oh, they're getting real shady.
Inside onto that turn, and does he go overtake? No, he does not.
Fergie looking for the move there. 3-inch Willie off the bottom of the field as the Ferrari goes wide. He's going to be battling with the Red Bull at corner exit. Just pushes him wide, but it's going to be clean.
Fergie's goes very close to Bird Person into that turn. Thinks better of it, which is a very good idea. Every time someone's gone in a rotate there, someone's died.
Or still P2. I don't know how he's able to keep...
He's actually pulling a gap on Skylord. That's amazing.
I really don't know how his DRS enabled as we go into lap 26. I really don't know how he's been able to keep that gap with 12 lap old mediums. And Skylar on there with 4 lap old mediums, the difference being around, I'd say 9 laps. You would think that it'd be a huge difference, but we're not seeing much of a thing. But I wonder if he's waiting just for DRS to make the pass easy as it can.
Skylar does close the gap for this another run. We're on lap 26. He does this. If he does not make it this time, he does have a few more tries, but only a handful. As
oh my god,
he
so
also
McLaren again, as in real life, looking fast, and we've got a spinner at the hairpin.
That's a windshield, I think. But as Skylar almost clips the back of the McLaren, such is the tire delta. But here we are. Torres is still in front.
Whoa, bird person! Oh, big! Whoa!
What happened?
They almost got really close. Bird person just missing the back of Skylar, and the Mercedes of Fergie just barely, I think, clipped his wing on the rear right of bird person. But
Skylar's probably kicking himself for not putting on reds right now.
Yeah, I bet you he's kicking himself. Oh, he goes wide. That's not what you want to do.
Wide, that's gonna open the door wide open for bird person. But in sector 3, we're in Abu Dhabi. They're not gonna overtake yet. But
no, not yet. I
wouldn't
set doubt
up a
it.
move for sector 1 though.
I guess so. Just a fair warning: you do not want to touch that orange sausage curb coming out of the final 2 corners. Of that can just spin your car and wreck you completely. 2 laps to go here in Abu Dhabi. You've got Skylar hunting down Tours. Not looking too good though. Only just a few tenths behind him. But the battle for 4th is insane. The 2 Mercedes-powered cars, Aston Martin and Mercedes, going head to head. And I wouldn't imagine it's going to be crazy. Oh, Skylar gets a bit loose. Oh, shapes it up. Surely he's close enough to use his ERS to power down that back straight with DRS. But Bird Person getting an excellent exit. Closing up to the back, it's going to be close as they head into the braking zone. But the McLaren of Tours still staying ahead as Skylar. Oh, he thinks about it. He pulls alongside, and he sends it down. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, it's a contact.
That was not a good idea. Oh, someone spun out. Bird Person's done.
Oh, Bird Person, no. Championship leader, Tours getting DRS. Oh, it's a 3 wide DRS going into the back chicane. Oh, who's going to take the move?
Thank you, Cody, for giving me a crappy camera angle, but here we are.
Oh, no, contact! Oh, and he's spun! He's taken him out, he's dumped him, as they would say in NASCAR terms. And that's Skylar P5, Fergie up to P2, and Bacon Juice with a podium. Oh, no, it sure looked for me like a surefire 1-2 for AlphaTauri. Is looking like a 1-5 at the moment. That's got to be under Stewart's review after the race. Stewart's will take a note of that.
Yep,
no doubt.
I don't know what the stewards are going to say, but I'm taking my driver of the day vote away from Skylar.
After that bit of contact, white flag as we go. Only Rye just extending his lead at the front after that glorious safety car gave him the opportunity to put on even newer softs and pull a gap.
Biggest winner in the melee right now, Bacon Juice. He's now in a podium position. So is Fergie.
He was down in 11th, I think, at one point. I wouldn't want to take it away from Only Rye, but I'd call him the driver of the day. Let me see. Let me check just to be sure.
It's gonna have to be Only Rye now.
There's no way he can lose this win. As Bacon Juice getting the DRS, closing up to the back of Fergie. Is he going to send it? They're getting really close as they go into the braking zone. Oh, he gets close.
But it's not quite close enough.
He has another DRS straight to go. I wonder if he was just getting close and sizing up the move. He's got Trash Panda just behind Bacon Juice. Both have DRS. And Skylar's still back into the hunt ahead of Tours. He's gotten ahead of him, and he's still in the hunt for at least a P4 if he can get the move done. I would say.
Barring a minor miracle, I think this is our order as Fergie rounds the final few corners, but we're following aboard Bacon Juice as he tries to snag maybe another position.
There's still a few corners left to go. Skylar, I think, going wide there. Trash Panda also going wide onto the curves. We do remember Trash Panda has got a penalty
Meanwhile,
As
Only
it's gonna
Rye's
be
about to
Only
round
Rye.
the final corner and cross the finish line into P1. That was a very dominant race, but we're gonna go back right behind to see if Bacon Juice can get P2. No, he cannot.
Bacon Juice gets second place. Skylord on the podium. I have once again called it. As Seaway gets a penalty, Mr.
Was that from
Ultra, and so
penalties?
penalty. I think it was from penalties. The top 4 have 7-lap-old tires, and I had a feeling that Skylord could get a podium, and I was not wrong. You have to feel sour for Torres. Made that excellent strategy call and was in second place, and then just Skylord rubbing too hard, racing too close.
Torres, yeah.
I'd say that was an excellent race, though.
Hey, if this is what happens after hiatuses, we should have more. We should have more breaks.
We should have plenty of more breaks if this happens often.
This is a great race.
There's your winner there, taking the podium.
It's a 1-3 for AlphaTauri.
That's
Actually, no,
really
it's a Red Bull
gonna-
1-2-3 in a way.
Yeah, it's a Red Bull owned 1-2-3 and a Honda powered 1-2-3. And it's a Mercedes powered 456, Ferrari powered 789, and back to Honda. So, the top 3 engine manufacturers taking big chunks.
So let's go down the order. We have Only Rye, who finished in P1 in a very dominant fashion. Then we have Bacon Juice in P2, Skylord in P3, Fergie Torres and Bird Person, who tries their best to get into the podium, but accidents happen. This is what it is. They might have a visit with the stewards later. Meanwhile, the Ferraris in 7 and 9, which is the disappointment of the day for me.
Quite an incident-packed race here in Abu Dhabi. You wouldn't expect that from, hearing the circuit's name and knowing what all it entails, but I'd certainly love to call that a fantastic race.
I think the Ferraris are gonna need a debriefing later.
I think they're gonna need a huge talk down. I don't know what happened there. Gonna go see.
Yeah. Do you feel like some interviews?
I do. Let's point our winner.
And we interview the AlphaTauris.
Only Rye.
What's up?
What a dominant victory of you at the front after pulling away in the beginning. How did you manage it?
I think I just, had the pace to stay above the guys ahead of me. The safety car was a little blip, but it worked out.
I would say
I was watching you through qualifying. You managed to qualify P2 on mediums. That was an amazing effort. Well done.
Thank you.
I'd have to say that was quite a stonking lap there.
Thank you.
What was it like chasing down the leaders near the end?
It was weird. There's no telemetry. Our telemetry was unfortunately not working, so I had to resort to asking Jeff how old Toro's in front of me's tires were at the safety car restart. Said
He had
8
quite
laps.
old tires.
Yeah, 8 laps, and I was on fresh soft, so really all it took was the first main straight that we get to. I wanted to get him on T1, but I couldn't get him, so I waited until the main straight, and just the overspeed of the softs carried me over.
If I went to go get a glass of water and I come back and it's a safety car. Interesting there. But I do want to ask, since you were in team radio with your teammate, what happened there with your teammate and Torres before we interview him on his perspective?
I'm actually not too sure about that. We were kind of towards the end. I muted and I was like, all right, I'm focusing because I need to not spin or do anything silly and just take this home. To my understanding, it was some hard racing. And you'll have to ask Sky for anything else.
All right.
One last
well, thank
question.
you
Did you on team radio? Did you try to get Skylar to fight Torres a little bit harder? Because I saw the gaps were quite close as you came out of the pits, but it was because of him that you got to clear the both of them as you came out of the pits.
Yeah, actually, no, I didn't. I wasn't actually aware of any significant fighting that jumped me out. So it was not pre-communicated at all.
All right. Only
That's
right, you
interesting.
are our driver of the day and first place in Tier 3 Abu Dhabi for a polo race. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Congratulations. We're gonna bring in your teammate here shortly. We're gonna. I can't put him back. He goes to McLaren.
There you
Hops
go.
Aston Martin to Ferrari. And there you go. Oh, they're all in AlphaTauri, but let's see. You wanna go join them or stay in here?
No, I'll stay in here. Drag him in.
Alright. Let's see. Where is he? Skylar. There he is. Drag him up here.
Nope.
Need a almost. Again there. Skylard!
Hello, hello.
Yes,
Hello,
you are
sorry
now
if-
live on Apollo Racing Club. Congratulations on your podium.
Thank you. I was not expecting to get that podium after that incident.
Yeah, we're gonna ask you what happened there.
Speaking of, yeah, what was
Yeah. So
was
coming
the
out of the first DRS, we went through the chicanes. I had passed him in the DRS. He gave me a little bump going into the second DRS straight, which that was racing. That was fair. It gave me a poor launch, so I was getting passed by him, and then I believe it was Fergie behind me. And then into those next chicanes, I feel like I just didn't have enough space to make it through. Turn one, or the first turn after, we left each other a great amount of room, and then after that, I felt like it was just a little too close. But ultimately, I guess the FIA will decide that.
Yeah, that will be in Stewart's investigation there. But I think it was purely hard racing. It was
Yeah.
it was the final lap. Hard racing, things happen.
Yeah.
I think it might just be classified as a racing incident, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think Turos and I, we had been right next to each other the whole race, and we've been racing the whole time, and probably 3 or 4 laps switched back and forth, and he was just a great racing partner to race with.
Speaking of that, did you happen to get any call from your race engineer Van to race tours hard so your teammate could pass you both at the pit exit? Or was there no communication with that?
Race Turos' hard teammate could pass him? No. Because, I mean, I think my teammate was already past him by quite a bit. My teammate was never behind me.
Yeah.
We were watching the race.
hmm
You fought him hard enough that your teammate could come out of the pits clear of Turos, which is
Really?
partly why you got P1 so easily.
hmm
You should
I
ask
did
him
not-
to treat you to dinner or pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he is an excellent racer. I'm very surprised that at this podium, he's doing great this season.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
been doing
yeah,
great
for
this season.
sure.
You're
Yeah.
looking
I
very
would-
good for constructors as well, I think.
Yeah, I think our constructors' ratings have been really good. I unfortunately didn't get a lot of practice because I didn't even know this race was going on tonight. So I'm hoping to get a little bit better in the drivers as well. But constructors, we're looking pretty good.
This
I'd
is
say that's
some
a
really quick math.
fantastic
You're probably gaining at least 30 on Aston Martin this year. So
Mhm.
that leaves you about 15 points behind.
15 points behind the lead.
Yeah, in constructors.
Oh, we've got that. We've got that easy.
Love to see
Yeah.
your enthusiasm there. But congratulations on getting the podium that I would like to say, fair hand, I called an AlphaTauri 1-2, but it's still P3 called the
Yeah.
podium.
It would have been an AlphaTauri 1-2 if I wouldn't have picked the freaking mediums on the safety
No,
car pit stop.
thank you for reminding me what happened there. We were like, everyone's unsolved. What happened?
I don't think there's been a race that I haven't screwed up a pit stop because I always just forget to go into the settings and change it. I just think Jeff knows what I want, and I would hope he would, but I guess not.
Nah.
Sadly, it's not like iRacing where you can choose
Yeah.
your stuff
Crew
like that.
chief.
But yeah, but thank you for joining us here. But I think that was, I'd say, an incident-packed but fun race to watch and commentate. Thank you very much, and congratulations on your podium.
Yeah, thank you. My favorite race of the season. Great job, guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. We're gonna put you back. Oh no, didn't drag you. Oops. Oh, did he leave? Oh, I have him. Uh-oh.
Yes,
Where
you
is
have
he?
him. You can do it.
There we go. Put him back now. If I can grab. Where'd he go?
Aston.
There he is. Hang on. Tours.
Hey,
I'm
You're live now
I'm-
on the Polar Racing Club.
oh, hey. Good.
I'm the first thing that comes to my mind when I ask you, what was your POV on the incident between you and man, I was just here and I forgot his name. Wow. First
Skylar?
commentator ever. Yes. Thank you.
No problem.
But what
Yeah,
was your
so
opinion on it?
I didn't see anything only because he was behind me, but I just watched a stream from Fergie where he flat out just bumps me off the track. Like, I know he didn't mean it, it happens, but it 100% his fault. Usually I'm on the fence and I'll try to take the blame, but this one is totally on him. But it is what it is.
Interesting. But interesting staying out during the safety car on such old tires.
Yeah, but it would have worked. I could have had second.
I'm just gonna say he screwed up his pit stop, but I think he was definitely, if done cleanly, was going to pass you. But I think a podium was definitely in the works with that backward strategy. Because, as we said earlier in the stream, if you're not happy with your position, you got to change something about it.
Yeah, and I didn't have fresh softs ready to go, so I'm like, screw it, let's just stay out.
Yeah.
And I was holding up Skyler, and we were battling the whole race. It was a great race between me and him. I really had fun with it. But I figured I could have held him off. I really could have. And then he was holding up everybody else behind him, right? So it was a nice little train. I could have just needed 2 laps to finish it up, but oh well. It sucks.
All right. Yeah. Well, things happen.
I guess.
Yeah. But I think overall, still a good race from you to come from, I think, what was it, around the midfield to almost a podium?
Yeah, I think I was 6th and I made it up to, whatever. I think I finished 5th, whatever it is. I don't know. Maybe 6th again. I don't know. But
that was clearly a strong race, both Ferraris.
Yeah, that was very aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Ultra found some turbo somewhere. What the hell happened to him?
I don't know.
He was hauling ass to.
Yeah, he was.
They were
quite
really
literally
fast, and then just decided to. They got a 5-second penalty because the Ferraris crashed into each other in the safety car, and then that was the end of that, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys.
Thank you and congratulations on your race finish.
All right, thanks. Have a good.
Oh. Oops. Maybe a bit cheeky there. Bird person was 3rd, right?
Do you want to do one more?
Sure.
You know what? Let's get our fan favorite.
Hi, Van. Hello.
This is interesting. Okay.
Yes, we do want to ask you because I think I was hyping you up to have made a very good strategy with AlphaTauri, but it turns out I was just mistaken.
Oh wait, what's?
You have no idea what to talk about, do you?
I don't think so.
Oh, we were wrong.
Only Rise P1.
Really...
Only Rise 1 P1. But I was saying that part of it was because Skyler was fighting Tor so hard that only Rise came out of the pits before them, before that group.
Mm-hmm.
I think only was going to win regardless of what happened with anyone. He was the obvious fastest driver tonight.
He was,
and he had like the best tire strategy by qualifying on the mediums. So he was never really in any risk. The only risk he had was if he had spun himself out.
Yeah, which plenty of people did, but your driver held their nerve and is now on pole position. They're not on pole position, now won the race.
Yep.
How are we looking at constructors? You think you'll stick with AlphaTauri through the end of the season?
Yeah. I'll help him.
Alright, thank you, Van.
Alright, thank you, Van. Now let me see. Track him. Hold on.
You want anyone else?
Gonna get the Ferrari guy in here. Let's see. Sorry for the bit of VC hopping, but Trash Panda, you're with us now live on Apollo Racing. I just have to say, there was a lot of bashing with you and your Ferrari teammate today. Can you explain any of it?
I think he's idle. Oops. Sorry, pretend this didn't happen.
Yeah. I see.
Let's drag him back.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Let's drag him back.
Let's see. Who got 3rd again? Bird person, right?
Bird person. No, not bird person. Bacon juice, but he's not on.
Oh.
Yeah. Well.
All right. I think that about wraps it up.
Shall we call it a day?
Think we shall bring in one last person.
All right.
Hello, Chipsy.
Hello.
Were you just doodling around in the VCs for the race?
No, I was just spectating and then I joined after. What's going on?
what was your opinion on the race?
Thought it was good. Little sprint race at the end, which is great, right?
Yeah. Did you
Love that.
happen to catch any of the team radio with the two Ferraris? They were bashing a lot tonight.
I did not actually. I had no idea what happened between them.
Yeah, it was a lot of beating and banging between them, eventually ending up with them falling down the order quite severely. But
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
mhm. We'll have to see. Trash Panda is currently muted, or well, not talking, so we can't figure out anything from him and his teammates, not in any of the VCs. So we'll have to wait until the FIA interviews them, I guess.
Looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
Looking forward to the absolute wall of accusations tonight in Tier 3 incidents.
Aw.
Yeah, it looked like it was an eventful race. So
Yeah.
hopefully everybody had fun. Did you guys enjoy?
Oh, yeah. We accidentally wrongly called what would have been a extremely good strategy choice, I guess just happened by pure luck. Because Tours and Skylard were battling so tough that Only Rai actually came out ahead of them, crucially. And
Oh,
that
nice.
gave him a big boost in the race. And we
Yeah, it
thought,
was just,
yeah, we thought surely they had to be. There's that has to be formulated, and no, we interviewed all three of them, including Van. And they were like, no, we didn't have talks about it, which to me is a bit interesting. But you know, stuff happens.
everything happens for a reason.
Mhm. All right. Well, I think that tonight was very, very successful, everybody.
Yes, shall we call it a night?
Yes.
I think we shall.
Here at
All right, guys. Thanks.
It's been Smithy with Chipsy and Throttle. Have a good night.
Mhm.